he's mentioned that. Now I will get to Velo next before you start throwing your toys out the pram, so hold your horses. One thing I've mentioned about XLM, two different assets, XRP, XLM, very different. Obviously, original founders and all that bullshit, separated. One's one's for profit, one's not for profit. Look into it. I'm not going to tell you which one's which. You can do that yourself. I'm not really interested in that. Both, in my opinion, are going to be used in the payment system. I don't just think Ripple and XRP are going to be the only one. There's going to be multiple assets across the board. Everyone thinks one asset is going to rule that fucking ring on whatever, Frodo's finger or Gollum's finger, whatever you call it. Not happening. In my opinion, might do. But I'm showing you a monthly chart because XLM has never got above a previous all-time high. Never. Since 2018. Now, what is going on there? Oh, I'm still there. Wow, 40 minutes. I hope you can still fucking hear me. I did have chat on here somewhere, and I really don't know how to put it on. Also, if anyone's watching and you can do overlays to make it look a little bit more pretty, I would really appreciate that. If you can help me do that, I will pay as well, happily. I need to do it. Looks a bit boring. But anyway, XLM never ran an all-time high ever. So people will look at that and think weakness straight away. Yeah? I look at that and think price since 2018 has failed every single time to get above a previous all-time highs. To me, what I think could occur is a very, very large, expansive move, massive candle, and I genuinely believe this is no bullshit. I genuinely believe XLM could get to $1 next bull run very, very easily. I think all them swing highs are going to be attacked. Very similar to what we've seen with you see it across the board. You see alts when they start attacking them levels of liquidity, when the market makers want to get to them levels of liquidity, there will be shorts residing above these. There will be market makers with shorts above these. There's going to be institutions, there's going to be large caps, large funds, all that shit with their stops. They've been shorting this and they're going to have their stops above all these swing highs. In my opinion, when this thing goes, it is going to gun for the highest high in that consolidated range. It won't stay consolidated for long, in my opinion. When the market's ready and it's going to rip, it is going to go. Again, not financial advice, that is no bullshit. I hold my hands up, that is genuine. I genuinely believe XLM is going to rip. I'm not saying going all in, don't do any of that. Just do your own thing, look into it. You might think, Rusty, you're full of shit, it looks weak, it's not going to do anything. That's fine. Content with that. But nevertheless, that's my opinion. So again, monthly, alts are not really showing much. I know we've moved aggressive. We've come, obviously I have my thatt and LB there that we've come into. It looks very good. We've tagged that, so we had a run on sell side liquidity. This is the reason why I mapped this OB out. Run on sell side liquidity, rallied above OB, market across. The swing high formed prior was your initial shifting structure. Main shifting structure was above the largest high in the range over there, so we've got very convincing. Now bearing in mind, this moved way before the rest of the market, right? This did what, 100% move in a week, way before anything else even budged. Yeah, so anyone talking it's not moving now, chess pieces get moved prior. Nothing moves, it doesn't have to move all in situ. You've seen it for years. XRP for a long time moved last. XLM in this instance moved first. We've come back down, we've tagged that, we've now got a internal shift again. So got the conviction there. Going over to the daily, what would I be looking at now? Again, really want to see a close on this, but one thing I will say is what I've just shown on the monthly time frame, given the fact that I am anticipating that we are gonna attack the previous all-time highs in and around $1, even if it's 50 cents, you're looking at a 2x if you just buy now. We're at 20 cents. So if we get to 40 cents, you've 2x'd, you buy. Yeah? $1.05. But if you don't want that, you want to pull back just in case it doesn't do its thing. Anything below 50% down to OTE is ideally where I'd be looking for bids on this. Again, given the market holds up, a little bit of spot buying. Again, if everything lines up, everything does a little bit of a correction. Some alts may dip a little bit deeper because the BTC pair is retracing or correcting harder than the rest of the market. That might occur. This is why I always follow the majors. And I'm not too fussed about leverage trading too much on alts, because sometimes an old chart can look really good, can look beautiful, but then BTC could spoil the party. So trade with caution if you're going to do a leverage. Highly advised not to. Excellent. But yeah, anything sub 18 cents I think's a solid buy. Like I said, if we can get into OT of the range, I think beautiful. But I think longer term, last year's all-time highs is a 2x from current price. Like, what worst case, it rolls over and does 10. You could buy the same amount of assets for half the price and you've got double of it. That's how I look at things at the minute. If I'm wrong, don't throw everything in, and just be a bit more relaxed about it. It's cool, it's fine, I don't really worry. But last year's all-time high is a 2x if you just buy now. So when you look at the broader picture like that, then don't stress too much. Don't run at price, go and buy everything because you think it's just going to run, but be ready to pull the trigger if you've not done already. Like, during this pullback, if you were anticipating that it was going to bounce, you've got good bids inside this range. You've got solid bids inside this range. You're content with the move, you're happy, and you're just loading up. If you're not and you're seeing this, you start to panic, just stop and just think longer term. Don't think about the intermediate and the short term, think about the longer term picture in this. And longer term picture, in my opinion, is looking very good for XLM. But if we can get sub 20 cents, I think it's a good bid. Short term targets were all smashed in that previous run, very happy with that. Gonna clean up that because that's a fucking mess as well. Excuse the swearing, can't